Hey Archons, it's time for another game of Would You Rather Doobie Doo. Would you rather Doobie Doo? Would you rather Doobie Doo this deck or this deck? It's up to you. All right, these are two decks I've had in my collection for a minute. Opened one on my birthday, and the other one I've just had kicking around, and I've never played it, never looked at it. But it's got some saucy things, and they got the overlapping star lines, which is kind of the stars of both the shows in a way. So we'll go Worlds Collide first. No, we're going to do this way because this one's already open. So I'll struggle with this first, and then we'll move on from there. So this is a mass mutation. It's called Libasp, the Keeper of the Sewer. Gross. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let me see how many cards I can cut with this blade and ruin the deck for all eternity. Just kidding. I'm not going to do that. All right. So here is the first deck. We got a Dark Minion, Imp Spectre, Infernus. Ho, another Infernus. Mark of Dees, Obsidian Forge, Snudge, Whale of the Damned with a damage pip, Painmail. Then we got Shadow of Dis, always fun to see, Lycofiend, and a Maverick Thero Centurion, Wawa. And then we move on to Shadows with a Francis, another Francis, Mug, another Mug with a capture, another Mug. Oh, then we got a Seeker Needle, Vandalize, Reckless Rizzo, the Shadowsmith, Doom Sigil, and a Pincerator, which is a very fun card, and we will talk about this more momentarily. Then we got a Lyco Thief, Commander Chan. Here's where things get crazy. Red Alert, Red Alert, Red Alert, Subdue, Subject Kirby, and wait, one more, Subject Kirby, yep. Teleporter Chief Tink, Anthony, Stunna, and Disruption Field. All right, now, why is this deck cool? Well, I mentioned Pincerator, and the reason why I like Pincerator is because there's lots of ways to use that card in really fun and unique ways. Obviously, Dark Minion, doing some stuff to further get the damage out, popping your Imp Spectre casually. There's also like Mark of Dis, and then at the end of turn it's going to deal that one last damage to kill something is pretty cool. Whale of the Dam, again, the damage pip being used to do some things. After that player chooses Dis as their active house, put Painmail into it. Sorry. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty cool as well. Using it on your Lycofiends and it has Skirmish, you can't kill it. Guess what? You can now, because you can allow it to just get ping, 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 destroy, steal one. I like the Thero Centurion and the Mugs. The triple Mug is pretty cool. You can even capture onto your own creature and then mug it. That's pretty saucy. And all these two damages, again, you can have Pincerator go off. You can Seeker Needle because of Pincerators and get that little extra from there. There's just really neat ways to use this Pincerator. You also have Red Alert if you get behind on board, which is going to put a bunch of damage, and then Pincerator will start picking things off, and there's 3 of them. A Subdue, again, 1 damage, Pincerator can finish off. It's really neat. He's got to be careful with these low power creatures, they don't get hosed. But the Subject Kirby's are really nice, because there's a lot of things I think you want to throw out. Mainly over here. So you can throw out your Thero Centurion, take someone off check. You can throw out a Lycofiend, so your Subject Kirby is not on the flank. Get that going. You can throw out your Snudge, so next turn you can use it with Dis and start reaping. You can start throwing down Infernuses if you need to. You can basically go out of house Ember Control, which is super neat. You can just throw all these other creatures and do some really cool stuff. So I really like it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pips with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 creatures. So pretty nice there. Ember control is not too bad. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards that can do that. And then for damage, we got, or board control, we'll say, we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, kind of 15. So it's pretty good all around. Like, it's got everything, and of course it's got disruption, and it's got the efficiency with the Kirby's and whatnot. I wish there was a way I could get my Anthony back somehow. I wish there was a way I could recur the Anthony in some fashion. That would be fun. But I don't think there is. No. But I mean, the Obsidian Forge, I think, could work here. Really nice. So that is fun. So yeah, here we are with all this stuff. Oh, I guess you could snudge your Anthony when it gets low. Like if the Ember or however you use it, you could just throw it back to it. I mean, you could even get Anthony that way. Put Anthony back in your hand to get the Ember. And then you could Infernus, maybe. Some things like that. I don't know. Some weird stuff like that could happen. So that's the first deck. We'll call that deck A. And then we'll move here on to deck B. And this deck is yeah. This deck is yeah. When I open this, I rarely just open decks nowadays, but this one I did, and boy was I glad. I think it was like the last deck in a box of something, so I was like, let's just open it. And there was a pleasant surprise. So we got a Taliga, you love to see it. Nepetica Gigantica, could care less about that card. Mimicry, Wawa Wiwa. Fogbank. A Natural Selection, very nice. Regrowth, also very nice. Molfine. Imprinted Murmuk. Ghost Hawk. Cauldron Boil. Bramblelinks. Then we move on to Star Alliance, and now things are going to get a little bit saucy here. So we got a Walls Blaster, a Frains Blaster, a Quixel Stone, oh my goodness, and a Transporter Platform. My two favorite cards in Star Alliance together at last. Can it be so? We got a Stunna, Light of the Archons. Do you see what's happening here? Lieutenant Karkar, First Officer Frain, Commander Chan, Chief Engineer Walls, Arms Master Molina, another Molina, on to Dinos. We got a Tertiate. All right, ready for this? And then we got So Salt, not too great. Stomp, very nice. Six Semper Tyrannus, Regrettable Meteor, Tribute, Thero Centurion, Questor Jarda, Legatus Raptor, Chant of Hubris, and lastly, an Axiom of Grisk. I'll actually do the count this time before we get into it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pips. You hear that? With a Quixel. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 creatures. Pretty good ratio. Because you know why that's a pretty good ratio, folks? Well, first off, you got 6 Semper. All right? So how can we use 6 Semper? Oh, wait, there's more. We got Stomp. Okay? You destroy your own creatures if Quix is out. Exalt a creature. You can also Tertiate if you have more creatures to get yourself behind. There's 6 Semper and Tribute, so I mean you can exalt your biggest creature, Tribute on it, 6 Semper. That's a 3-card combo, so you know, a little less than likely, but also possible. We got the Molinas and the Walls, the Chans, the Frain with the Frain's Blaster. So yeah, move each ember from to your pool. So I mean that's another way. If you get Frayne as, let's say you go Frayne and put all these on, and then you get Frayne as your transporter platform burst creature, and you throw it on, you can make it huge with the Light of the Archons. You can actually tribute onto Frayne and not 6 Emperor Frayne. So there's some cool stuff there. I mean, I think transporter platform decks with all these blasters and whatnot, all these upgrades, is fantastic for Quixelstone. So I'm super big fan of that. Not to mention we got the Ghost Hawks. We can basically discard almost all of the creatures in Untamed. They're not that necessary, but you do got the Ghost Hawk Bramble Links. You got the Cauldron Boils and all that. Non-natural selection, so ways to keep things in check. Mimicry is always fun, and Taliga. So if the Quixelstone aspect isn't happening, you got Taliga to back you up. Now let's see what do we got for Ember control. So we have 1, 2, 3. Does this count? No. 3, 4, 5, kind of. 6. So we got 6. Not a ton of Ember control, but I don't think it matters. I think you go offensive with this. For board control, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess these kind of count. 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. There's just a lot of stuff so there's a really good board control here. So I think that's how I use it. You control the board in different ways. I think you can use it to get your, like, I really like the idea of if Quixel comes out, you can actually just unnatural selection and get things back on track. And if you have, and you can actually get rid of one of your creatures potentially, and then your opponent can't play creatures. So that's kind of fun to do. You also have to be careful with the route you're taking, because the double arms Master Molinos are great for protection because you can give something hazardous 6. But you also have to keep in mind how you're going to play that if you want to go Quixelstone route. So I think there's times you may not always go Quixelstone depending on how the cards come. And I like that you have that option with this deck. But you could also just Voltron, Transporter, Quixelstone is also a fun move here. The double Legatus Raptor to use another friendly creature seems really good, especially since there's some really nice Star Alliance stuff here. So yeah, I like that. I think this deck is really cool. I honestly, well, for me, I'm choosing this deck just simply because I love Transporter Platform and Quixelstone. If those two things did not exist, I think I would go for this deck because I think there's some really interesting decision space in deck A. So yeah, that's my breakdown on this. Which one would you choose? Please comment below and let me know why you would choose that deck. What about it makes you like it? And tune in this Saturday to see these in action, as well as some Patreon supporter decks. Thanks so much for tuning in, folks. And as always, may your Ember never be stolen and your keys forged promptly. Have a good one.